Today we're doing a video on the do's and the don'ts of mediumship and channeling. You know, for me, I've always said, and I'll always say, that we're all channeling all the time. So, you know, certain information just enters your brain. You don't know where it came from. It's a great idea. You know just the right thing to say to a friend in need. It just pops into your head, you know, something that you've forgotten in the house. You know, it's constant. We're always channeling all the time. So I suppose what we're talking about is the do's and don'ts of consciously channeling, purposely channeling, rather than unconsciously or being unaware that we are channeling. So moving forward, I know that my guardian angel Agnes would like to weigh in on the do's and don'ts. So I'm just going to go ahead and channel her guidance. Also, a few of you have a few questions here, which I'm going to address as well. And I'm just going to see where Agnes would like to go. She would like to answer the questions first. Fantastic. So, what are the best angel cards to look for? And or is it best to make your own? You can make your own. There is a way online to make your own decks of angel cards. You can make them larger, smaller. You can put your own graphics on them. They're incredible. I know Ashley Cunningham, she makes her own decks of angel cards, and she talks about that actually on her YouTube channel. If you feel like you would like to check that out, you can go there. She actually has a video even on every single deck of angel cards that she owns, which I think is brilliant. I still love using the decks of angel cards, but normally now the theme is, why are you using the deck? And because I can communicate with them openly, right? So why are you don't need the deck anymore. You don't need the decks. But sometimes I enjoy using the decks. So as you move along, you'll find that you use the decks of angel cards less, but it's a brilliant way to connect with your high vibrational beings of light and love that are always there with you. And you can do that by using clairsentience, allowing them to just guide your finger to the card. You may feel tingling, you might feel heat, you might actually just feel your finger go down to the card. And that is all done with a still mind, which is really important. Most of us are so busy up in our heads that what are the chances that you're going to be able to hear your team? So if anything, it's practicing a still mind. Okay, so you guys know you can go and get decks of cards at local metaphysical or crystal shops. You can online as well. Different websites sell decks of angel cards. Even your local chapters or bookstores sell angel cards. So they're pretty much everywhere. How do you know which deck is best for you? So that's the real question, isn't it? Again, quiet your mind, place your hand over the decks. You don't even have to look at the decks. Just tune your mind out. And now you're just going with feel. So now you're going with the feel of energy. Your angel's energy will guide your hand, guide your fingertips, guide your heart chakra towards the deck that is best for you. The next question here is from Sophie. She already does channel. She likes to channel the angels. She prefers not to channel souls. As long as she knows who they are, that's okay. But anybody else, she's not willing to channel. What she's worried about is negative spirits coming through. What are your thoughts on this, Kristin? Okay. Well, I have my thoughts, and then we have Agnes's thought. Okay, we have. So, which one do you want to go with? Okay, she says your thought, your opinion, and then mine. Alrighty then. My thought is there's nothing to be fearful of. Okay, because your vibrational frequency being high, lower vibrational frequency won't even be attracted to you or even want to be around you. And also, you have to remember you have a huge team of angels with you. These teams of angels that are with us are just going to keep getting bigger and bigger over time. And then we have the archangels. Then we have the ascended masters. So I know they have my back. If for any foreseeable reason something happens, when I'm giving a reading for someone, there's a lesson to be learned. So there are times where Archangel Michael won't be removing a low vibrational frequency around a person, because the lesson is that the person needs to lift and shift and raise their vibrational frequency. So then the homework is given as to how to go about doing that. And if you need more insight on how to lift and raise your vibrational frequency, you can pretty much just really watch many of the videos on my YouTube channel already. Other times, Archangel Michael says these energies are running amok, whether they're ETs or attachments. But again, like I say, if you are, in an environment, your vibration is low, I'm not sitting there worried. I'm just saying, okay, well, let's start shifting this. Like some people choose to be there. They want to be there. I've never been one of those people. I'm always trying to shift my attention in a direction, learn from the experience, and then move. I've never had a soul come to me and say, oh, I really wish that my family members were suffering in grief. I really wish, that they were, sad forever. That's the opposite. They don't want us to grieve. We have to go through the grief process. But for the rest of our lives, no. I've never heard that, ever. So moving forward, lift your own vibrational frequency, focus on the light, focus on high vibrational thoughts. If you have a hard time with that, you can hand them off to your team of angels. You can write down a list of things that you would like help with, and that can include help me be high vibrational, or even better, manifest it yourself. I am a being of light and love. The thoughts in which I house within my mind are high vibrational. Everything will be all right. Everything is all right. I am at peace. And if you find that a hard stretch, maybe start looking in the mirror, look yourself in the eye, and practice saying, I love you. I love you. And see if you feel uncomfortable, or do you really feel it? So it's all about day to day choosing where you want your attention to be, choosing where you want your thoughts to be. Do you want to take over on that one? She's saying yes, and she's pretending like she's getting ready. Okay? She says in time, it's going to be increasingly difficult to house low vibrational thoughts and thinking, emotions within your vessel, within your mind, within your vessel, okay? Because when emotion comes up and it's low vibrational, you're feeling it everywhere, right? So that's, I think, why she's saying vessel. She says, yes, it is. So please don't give your attention, your focus to fear. worry, doubt. For in time, it will become increasingly difficult to house any of these thoughts and emotions within your vessel. There's no need for these thoughts and emotions. She says, am I fearful? No. Are any of the angels fearful? No. Yeah, she's bringing it back to when I realized, in communication with different ascended masters, including Jesus, there was no fear there. There's no worry. That's more of a human thing. So then I thought to myself, well, if they're not fearful and worried, then why would I be? And it doesn't feel good. So, do you want to say anything else on that topic? Yes, please hand your worries, fears, and if you have any insecurities in regards to channeling over to your team of angels. As soon as they enter your mind, please hand over each thought, each emotion, even if subtle or slight. And then she's showing me your team of angels taking these and transmuting them into the light. Okay, she says, thank you, Kristin. That is all on this topic that she wishes to relay. All right, so we're talking about the do's and the don'ts. You want to take that on? She says, I sure do. All right, okay. All right, so she wants to talk about, so the do's and the don'ts. Okay, she's just telling me how she wants to line it up. We're going to go with do's and then don't. And then do and then don't. And onward. Okay, do. Drink plenty of spring water. Clean spring water that has come from the earth herself. Whether it is purchased within a grocery store or you locate this spring in your local area and have it delivered to your door. Don't drink the tap water, please. There are things in the tap water that are not good for you. She says that could be another video that we could go and do, but for right now we're talking about the do's and don'ts. So don't drink the tap water. She's also talking about spring water is alkaline and it has minerals. She's briefly going to touch over this. Okay, minerals and there is a lot in the spring water that is far better for you, good for you, versus the tap water, which is acidic and not good for you. I've been hearing this now from the angels for 1.5 years. Do not drink the tap water. All right. Now she's going back to a do. Do eat high vibrational foods, leafy greens, vegetables in your diet. Any food source that has its own energy, eat it. Please. Anything that is boxed, lacking in any nutritional value, please, that's a don't, she's saying. Don't eat that. Please do not eat that. She's showing all the angels watching us, and they're watching us putting this food in our mouths, and they have such love for us, and they wish that we would love ourselves. more so, that we would love our vessels and not put that into our mouths and eat it and consume it. She's telling me there's a lot of ETs watching us doing this as well. And a lot of the ETs would never dare to consume such products. Okay. She's just saying no more treating your bodies like garbage cans, please. Okay. Do get outdoors, ground yourselves, spend time in nature, around trees, fresh water, bodies of water, or the ocean. She's talking about stagnancy. So like when you're indoors all the time and you never get outside, and sometimes it gets stuffy, and you're inside all the time, day in and day out, don't do that. That's a don't. She's talking about, many of you are thinking at this point, what does this have to do with mediumship? And she's going to get to that. Okay? So she'll get to that in a minute. Do hand off your low vibrational thoughts, worries, and fears to your team of angels. Do write them down so we can read them and then start to transmute that dense vibrational frequency from you. Consistency is key. Doing it a few times and then giving up, and then the thoughts keep happening and the emotion keeps happening, and then you keep stuffing it down. That's not good enough. There has to be consistency. So here comes the don't. Don't stuff it down. Don't keep quiet and not process your thoughts and emotions. She says this is a time to mention red rooming. So red rooming is a great way to sit, vent, let it out. It's as quick as this. I'm red rooming. Now I'm going to let it out how I feel about something. Maybe somebody's ticked me off, or maybe I'm having an issue with my diet, or maybe my car having, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Then you start letting it out, and they're loving it. P.S. They're loving it. She goes, loving it, nah. But they're waiting and watching, and you're letting it out, and they're taking it and taking that energy and transmuting it, okay? So that it doesn't fester within you. So it's really important. Some people are like, no, I don't need counseling. That's fine. You can sit down in red room, start punching a pillow, start pacing up and down the house, start venting. So red rooming is a great way to release. Yeah. Release that which is no longer needed. It's going to go anyways, she says, because as more and more of this light is anchored here on the earth plane, it will become increasingly difficult to house low vibrational thoughts and emotions within your vessel. So it's a natural process of transmuting that which is no longer needed as this light gets anchored here within our vessels and within the planet herself. However, we can make things easier on ourselves by handing off that which is no longer needed for our teams to transmute. Okay. I see it as that energy going out, and they take it and they put it into the light. That's what they do. Repeatedly. Sometimes they dress up as football players and they've got their hands out and they got their helmet on their heads and they're like, come on, give it to us. And I'm like, all right, well, I got a few things I want to give. Okay. She's talking about electronics. Your electronics being on all the time. You're always in front of your phone. You're always in front of your laptop. We need to lessen that. And she's saying that it's preferable that we don't have our phones right next to our heads when we're sleeping. Put it in the drawer or just a little further away from your head, or preferable in the next room, although she is aware that many of us use our phones as our alarms, and also many of us are addicted to social media and seeing what's happening next. Practice giving yourself time to step back away from social media, going out into nature to rebalance yourselves. That's very important. So, okay, do go out in nature. And where are you going with this? So, as far as do put your phones away, put your electronics away more. And then she's talking about don't be on your phones all the time and don't be on your laptops all the time. She already knows she's saying this. She's like, yeah, I already can tell that many people won't want to hear that, but that's all right. All right. Okay. She wants to talk about the content, the information in which you are observing, partaking in. This can be the people in your lives, friends, family. It can be a YouTube video online. It can be a movie that you're watching. It can be the news on TV. It can be what's written in the newspaper. It can be a book you're reading. Do focus your attention on the light, the high vibrational frequency, the good things in this world, for there are many. Don't place your attention on the density, the low vibrational frequency, the drama, the chaos, the low vibrational energy here on the planet. For as you give your awareness, your attention, your focus to this, you are giving it energy and amplifying it. If you have a hard time doing this, you're like, no way, I can't not watch the news, for example. Please ask your angels to assist you in shifting your focus and your attention to higher vibrational content. Thank you, Kristin. All right. So, what does this have to do with mediumship? She's pretending like she's getting ready again. Okay? When your vibrational frequency is higher, when your vessel is clean and clear, you can raise in vibrational frequency even more so. And then you are closer to our vibrational frequency. And this is when access to being a clear channel, a clear conduit, is made more easily, more fluid, more open. You will be able to sense our vibrational frequency, our energy, hear our words, hear our guidance, feel our she's talking about when it's open in your body and light, it's yes, you can feel that. But when it's a kickback, she's calling it a tight pullback. They're just gently closing off your heart chakra or your crown. Solar is usually the main ones that they go for. We call this our internal guidance system. So maybe your higher self and your team of angels are saying, not in that direction, please. We know you think it's a great path, but please pay attention to the feel of it. Yes. When you lift up in vibrational frequency, which is what everything she has said up until this point, This is what is most important on the planet right now, that you lift and raise your vibrational frequency. Focus on the darkness should you wish. Focus on the low vibrational frequency should you wish. But she's saying this too shall pass. This too shall pass. She's also talking about there is a lot of high vibrational frequency, a lot of high vibrational beings of light and love that are coming to the planet to assist and help each of us. Some of us may not be ready for this path, and that's okay. She says next time. Next time. There's always next time. Many of us are going to be ready for this path. And all of these beings of light and love that are amplifying their energy here, I always say returning, but they've always been here. They're just amplifying their energy. Some are coming here. Some are amplifying, she's saying. Okay, some have left and they're coming back, and some are just amplifying. Okay. And when they do, this will help with this tipping point here on Earth in the ascension of many. And she's really looking forward to this time. The time has already, this has already started, but it's going to grow over the next, she's giving me a time, which doesn't usually happen, 2 years. Over the next 2 years, you will find that you will not be able to house low vibrational thoughts and emotions as easily, and when you do, there will be a kickback from that. You will send that thought out, and then it will kick back, and you'll feel how uncomfortable it feels, and that will naturally, gradually guide you down a path of becoming more of the still observer and being more aware of your thoughts and wanting high vibrational thoughts and feelings and emotions, and going out into the world and promoting this and taking action in a positive way in order to help lift and raise the vibrational frequency here on Earth, and also taking action steps in helping other human beings, the animals, and the Earth herself. That is what is before us. She says, thank you, everyone.